Hi guys, we are back and today we're going to be doing a franchise mode, and what we're going to be doing, it's going to be simulation style. I'm not going to play any of the games. I'm using OFSM rosters. So I'm not going to play any of the games, just going to be simulating, see if I can build the best team. We're going to use the Tampa Bay Rays because they're in a division with a team with a lot of budgets like the Blue Jays, Yankees, Red Sox, Orioles. And we're going to turn DN contracts off and instant trades on. Those are going to be the settings that we're going to use. See, I'm not going to play any of the game, just going to be a straight sim. Going to scout, going to trade, free agents, all that. We're going to pretty much be the GM of this team and just let it play out and see how we do. So first we're going to do is just simulate spring training here. And then we'll get into this. Alright, the spring training is over, advanced regular season. Alright, now we're going to set up the sponsorship. So we have the gold one, where we get 2,500 per run, then one for per win, and then one for home run as well. Next thing we're going to do is the scouts. So what I like to do is fire the scouts that the teams already have, then hire the best scout available for each region. So there I hire the best central guy. Here I'm hiring the best East guy. I'm going to hire the best international guy. And then the West, I didn't really have anybody good, but I just hired the best one available. And this is so I get the best prospects and the best scouting possible. So now I'm just setting up where I want them to scout. So central pitching, international pitching, East I think I send them to the infield. Basically what I do, if they're good at starting pitchers, I send them to pitching, good at starting position players, I send them to position players. Alright, so taking a look at the team, we got Archer. I'm just gonna put Cobb, Smiley, and Matt Moore on the 40-man and call them up to the majors. So first rotations, Archer, Cobb, Smiley, Moore, and Odorizzi. It's a pretty good rotation. The only problem is none of them are A's, so they're gonna max out at around 88, 89 probably, which is still good, but it's not that 90 to above type pitcher. So here I'm just sending guys up and down, some relievers up and down to get the relievers that I want. And then I call up the closer here in a second, Jake McGee. I believe so. Yeah, there we go. Jake McGee calling up. At catcher, we got Rivera and Wilson. We got two catcher prospects. Might turn into something. At first base, we have James Loney, another first base prospect. We don't have any A prospects on. We got Ryan Brent and Nick Franklin. I'm not sending these guys in the majors right now because I want them to develop. I want them to go down. So Logan Forsythe's just going to play second. Longoria is at third. He has a long contract, but he is 29. So we will see how long we keep him. If we struggle, we might trade him. Eventually, we got Cabrera at short. We got John Jaso in left with Justin Williams as the prospect and Steve Souza Jr., who's 25, but we'll see what he can turn into. Center field, we got Jennings. We got Kiermaier in right field. So we don't have any A-level prospects. It's sort of disappointing, but it is what it is. And here we're just setting up the rotation. So we're doing Archer, Cobb, Smiley, Moore, Odorizzi. We're setting up this. McGee's going to be the closer with Boxenberger and Jepson being the setup guys there. And Basario is going to be the long reliever. Here is like the lineup the same because we're not going to be competitive this first year anyway. And we are ranked the 20th team in this division. So the Blue Jays are ranked worse than us based on this rank. We'll see how we perform. But yeah, so we're just going to be simulating and scouting. The first year against Baltimore, we'll win 2. The scouting still isn't done. So we're facing Miami here. The Cubs are already offering us a trade. It's Odorizzi for Tommy La Stella. Now it's a decent trade, but we already have Longoria at third. And La Stella isn't even that great, and I'd rather keep Odorizzi because we really don't have a lot of pitching prospects. So I decided to say no to that trade as we don't have a lot of pitching prospects. So there we win the series against Miami too. We take 3 of 4 to the Blue Jays. We're having a pretty good start. Here we check out the training. And then against the Yankees, another trade, Nick Franklin for Eduardo Nunez. Again, not a bad trade, but we don't really need a shortstop. Well, we do need a shortstop, but I'm not willing to settle for Eduardo Nunez, even though we do have 2 B second basemen. So here against the Yankees. I believe we get swept against the Yankees. So here we are in scouting again. Boston, we get swept. So now we're going on a little bit of a losing streak. We're scouting again. We're just sending them to the infield in the West now, trying to scout out some more players. So here against the Blue Jays, we lose 2 of 3. And then against the Yankees, we win the first game, lose the second, and win the third. So now we're going to take a look at some stats, I believe. Yeah, so Archer's doing not very good. 1-3 with 4.7, 3-1, 3.75. Smiley's doing pretty good. Matt Moore's doing really bad with a 9.19 ERA. And I go take a little deeper in his stats, his advanced stats. He's doing really bad. Hopefully he can turn it around eventually. Still 25, beat potential, 77 overall. I'm hoping he's going to be a part of the future, but we never know. Jake Odorizzi is having a good start to the year, 2.84. Jake McGee's doing amazing. He has allowed to run 7 innings in the lineup. Everyone's sort of struggling, except Longoria is having an amazing start to the season. Loney's doing all right. I was taking a look at these guys. Forsythe. Queermeyer's doing pretty good to start the year. That's good to see. He's only 24. Hopefully he can be a part of the future, moving up in the lineup a bit. And yeah, so we're going back to simulating now after checking out the scouting. Just going to simulate some more games here. So right now we're 13-12. We're doing about how good I thought we were going to be, around 500. So we're setting up the scouting reports again, trying to scout out the players now, as we scouted out the regions pretty good. So we're just simulating here. We're starting to win some games, losing some games also. We beat the Rangers 20-0, which was a big win. I don't usually see scores like that. We beat them 20-0, and we're just scouting some more players now, trying to get the best players possible in the draft. Alright, so here we go. So that was a big losing streak, not a huge losing streak, but we did go on a bit of a losing streak right there. We're starting to fall out of, we're still around 500, but now we're starting to fall out of 500 range. 4 games back of it. We're just getting some more players here. We're doing like win-loss type stuff. And we're just scouting some more guys. Decided not to scout relievers. I don't scout relievers because, I don't know, I feel if you take a reliever in the first round, it's not really worth it. Even if they have right potential, I'd rather a starter or a position player, something that can help your team more. So I skip on relievers and closers for the most part. I sometimes draft closers, but not usually. And here we go. So the Phillies in an offensive trade. Daniel Robinson for Papelbon. It's not that bad of a trade because Robinson's nothing special really. Could turn into maybe something, a B potential, 61 overall. But Papelbon doesn't really help us at this point as we are a rebuilding team and doesn't really help us. So here we're going. We're doing a bit more scouting. Draft is coming up soon. I believe it's in the beginning of May. So we are just simulating the last stuff of beginning of June. So we're simulating the last stuff of May, doing the last ounce of scouting we can to try to find the best possible players for this draft class. So we're just going to see this last game. Take a look at the stats here. So we're still doing a bit more scouting, trying to find the best players possible, scout them out. Hopefully we can get some good guys. So yeah, there we go. So now we're going to take a look at the stats. After 2 months, Archer's doing pretty good, 3.6 ERA, 2-6 though. Cobb is doing really good, 3.06 ERA, 5-2. Smiley's doing not that good of a 4.10 ERA. Matt Moore's brought his ERA down, so that's good to see, 4.47. And Rizzi's doing okay with a 4.12. So our rotation really is not the problem. It's more our batting. I just see Jason's doing good. But then Souza Jr.'s not doing too good. Cabrera's doing really bad. Longoria isn't doing that good anymore. His OBP's still good, though. Queermeyer's doing okay, I guess, but not as good as he was. And it's pretty much our lineup is bringing us down at this point, which is sort of disappointing to see. But at least our pitching's good, but hitting is the hardest thing to come by in this game. I realized we were last in our division, 11 games out, which is already a ton. We're not going to come back from that. We're 3-7 in our last 10, and yeah, it's been an okay start to the year based on what we want to do. We want to rebuild. We want to get draft picks. Taking a look at free agents here. There's no one really I want to sign, but we want to get draft picks and we want to rebuild. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. The next episode we will be doing the draft. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.